Here we go. We are 2 days away from free agency beginning. Here are the best players by position. The top cornerbacks are Trumaine Johnson and former Patriot Malcolm Butler. Another Patriot, one of the top free agent offensive linemen. Left tackle Nate Solder needs a new contract. And guard Andrew Norwell, also a free agent, after spending 4 years in Carolina. The most notable free agent running backs, Deion Lewis and Carlos Hyde. Lewis has been a key part of the Patriots offense, and Hyde rushed for a career-high 8 touchdowns last season. Jimmy Graham is a free agent after spending his last 3 years in Seattle, and Tyler Eifert needs a new deal. He struggled with injuries the last 2 seasons. 2 players from the 2014 draft class headline the list of free agent receivers. Allen Robinson, coming off a torn ACL, and previously mentioned by Adam Schefter, Sammy Watkins, spent last season with the Los Angeles Rams. And at quarterback, Kirk Cousins and Drew Brees are the biggest names that need new deals. Cousins has 1 Super Bowl MVP campaigning for him to land in Denver. Broncos linebacker Von Miller said this to NFL.com on Saturday about Kirk Cousins. I'm all in 100%. This is a big time for Denver and a big time for the National Football League. You don't really have, especially quarterbacks, become free like that. So it's an exciting time in the National Football League. He is amped up. Overreaction Monday continues with this. The Broncos need the important word there, Kirk Cousins. Overreaction, not an overreaction. Louis Riddick.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's an overreaction. Do they need Kirk Cousins in particular? No. Would they like Kirk Cousins? Could they use Kirk Cousins? Yeah. Do they need an upgraded quarterback? Yeah. Would Case Keenum be a nice fit in Denver? Yeah, I think so. I'm just not in the camp of thinking that Kirk Cousins is a total football operation changer. A guy who really just becomes a pillar, puts the team on his back, makes a total difference, and makes a team, either go from good to being a playoff contender, or being a playoff contender to being a Super Bowl contender. I don't see him that way. Just don't. You won't convince me that he is that. But I will say this. He'll make that team better. He'll make whatever team he's going to better. I just don't know if it's going to be worth the cost that it's going to cost to get him. And
you're either in that camp or you're not. And it's not to say, Phil, that you don't think he's a quality player. No one's arguing that. Just you're talking about the whole total game-changing package. Is it overreaction that Denver needs Kirk Cousins?
I prefer to agree with Lewis when I can and not disagree with him. But in this case, I'll disagree for the sake of good television. And note this, that yes, the Denver Broncos are the 5th overall pick in the draft. Yes, there is a very strong chance that one of the core 4 quarterbacks is still available. At the same time, you've got pieces in place defensively, despite the recent trade of Aqib Talib, that you're basically ready to maybe not compete for a world championship, but darn close right now, at least compete in that division, especially if you have less confidence in Kansas City after the trade of Alex Smith than you did at the end of last season. So I think it is not an overreaction to say they can and will pursue Kirk Cousins. We know that John Elway carries unique influence when pursuing free agents, whether it's quarterbacks or otherwise. He's got pedigree, he's got experience. Looking John Elway face-to-face, that's a unique experience for any quarterback.
Yeah,
I think the best way of saying this is, yeah, they need Kirk Cousins. Yeah, they need a quarterback, whatever quarterback that is. And I think in this particular case, it's going to be difficult for them to get Kirk Cousins. I think they dipped their toe in the water. I don't think ultimately in the end that Kirk Cousins is going to wind up in Denver. I think he's going to look at the other places more than he is the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are an attractive situation. They're a team that can win right now. But this is a situation where I would say, as much as the Broncos need him, I don't know that they're going to get him, and they need a quarterback, so it's not an overreaction to say that they need him, if that makes any sense.
Well, look, we'll continue with another marquee quarterback who